Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this started. I'm Pete Casaboon with Project Positive Change, waiting for some people to kind of join in on the webinar, but I'll go ahead and get it started, and I will post the recording of this also with the original post. So I got Fiona about to come in here. Promote her real quick. Hey Fiona, how you doing? Unmute. So I didn't know that was. There's Fiona. How are you doing, sweetheart?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. So I'm going to decide to go ahead and just get started, and then everybody can kind of listen into the recording if they want to. So my basic idea was, we all like to do our own meditations and really get a lot out of that. And I know for me personally, when I wake up every morning, when I do finally look at my electronic devices, which is usually not the first thing, but I'm really overwhelmed by all the negative stuff that's on there. And I know that I personally would like somewhere that I can go to, that I can find just inspiration. Doesn't have to really be teaching me anything. It could just be like something where, I can see that there's other people that are, meditating in that mind space of really, growth and health. And so I thought to myself, well, if I'm looking for that, then that means other people have to be looking for that. And I've been through Project Positive Change, I've created a couple of YouTube channels and live streaming channels and podcasts and things like that. So I thought, well, why not just do that with this as well? Let people really have a way to get out their meditation work and be able to see what each other's doing. And I think it's something, I don't think there's a risk of, if your client watches somebody else watching their meditation, it's going to mean that you're going to lose them as a client, because I believe that certain people are going to resonate with others, and all this kind of grows on each other. And as we share it, as we're on there, we're also sharing others, and it's just going to build all of us up, and we can kind of see each other's techniques. I do a little bit differently than Patty does, and I'm sure than Fiona does. Mine's with archangels, and Patty, I think, works with gemstones and with animals more. Fiona, I'm not quite sure what type of meditations that you do, but I'm sure we're all three different
ones.
You probably don't know till you do it, right?
Actually, it's funny you should say this, Pete, because yesterday I've been doing the chanting every morning, a 47-minute Om Namah Shivaya one. And I just opened up a group actually yesterday, because somebody said to me, why don't you invite anyone in just to come and join me at 6 a.m? So that's what I'm doing now, because the Om Namah Shivaya.
Well, that would be amazing. See, and then we could record that, and then that could be something that would be available on live stream. Yeah. So the idea is that I will help. I'll help you in any way I can, whether it's taking a raw recording and adding like a background visual if you want to, or an underlying sound. There's all kinds of different things like binaural beats. And what binaural beats is, if you've ever been like in a club or somewhere music is going, and all of a sudden you notice that your foot is tapping. That's kind of it's that beat. So a binaural beat is something that kind of it engages the body, it engages the whole system. And then there's things like solfeggio frequencies. There's basically 6 solfeggio frequencies, and they were when they were first discovered, and they were discovered a lot would say by a lot of mathematicians, they were thought to be so sacred that they literally could not be used for any other work except for sacred work. Yeah. And our frequencies that we use now with modern music is actually not the original sacred tones. And so the idea behind those sacred tones is they will put you in different, I see it as sort of like the chakra system. I don't know if that's really the way they meant but for me, it's like it's where you're trying to connect with which part of your system you're really trying to connect. And then there's also the idea of isochronic tones, and what the idea behind and I'm probably switching two of them, but it's the idea of you have a tone over here and you have a tone over here, and the mind will make the two equal each other. And so say they're like 6 frequencies apart from each other, the brain will add or subtract 3 frequencies. Well, that 3 frequency might be delta zone, which puts you into a delta mind wave, because the the body can't stand in balance, so it balances it, and in effect what happens is it puts your mind, it creates that frequency in your brain, and then it puts you in that frequency. So there's all kinds of different things that can be added behind it, even like nature sounds, running water or birds chirping or whatever it is. And depending upon what it is that you're doing and what your idea is, what because some of our meditations may be about, of course, mindset and connection and delta zone, but some of them may be about performance or different things. You might want something that somebody can exercise to, or maybe can study easier with, or so there's all kinds of different intentions and ideas behind meditation. Meditation doesn't have to be near sleep stage. Meditation can be just about focusing more, and really I think that's what meditation is about, is focusing on whatever it is your intent on focusing is. And so I think it can be a really powerful thing if we all get together and do our own special thing. And I'm here either to help or not help, whichever. It's kind of, I can come in or come out, but my idea is to take these recordings, make them just as polished as possible. They'll be on YouTube. They will create, I'll create a live streaming channel. When I say a live streaming channel, it'll basically be scheduled. So whenever you tune into the channel, whoever's scheduled at that time is who you'll see, and it just streams 24/7. Also create a podcast. So I'll be taking each of the meditations and stripping off the audio and then just creating a podcast. So they'll be available. Each individual meditation will be available on demand, however you want to. And then I'll probably push it over live on Facebook as well. So there's actually going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways that you can get in touch with it. All of those, the live streaming channel you can take and you can actually embed it into your own website. So like you can have a page that shows like live streaming or something like that, and it would just patch right in. So there's a number of ways that we can connect, and my idea is for each one of us who's involved with it to we'll create like a little video ad, which will basically show maybe promo something you're doing or whatever, whatever you want to promote, it's up to you, and then we'll just have a web link or however we want to do it. Like in the YouTube, you can have the link for each person or something. We can kind of figure that out as it goes along. There is a little bit of a cost to the podcast, all that kind of stuff. It's not much, so I was thinking I would just keep it at $10 per month, on a subscription basis, and that you pretty much have me. There's no like set time of, I only will help you with one meditation. It's nothing like that. It's just, it may be kind of in with my schedule, because I do sell cars. So I am kind of out, but there are times at 3 o'clock in the morning when I wake up and I just want to do something fun. And so I definitely think I can have the time to do something with that. Plus it's a lot more, it's fun to create my own thing, but it's also very fun to play with other people's material as well. So it's not just all me in front of the camera 24/7. So anyway, that's my basic idea. Well, Fiona, you're the only one really live here with me. Do you have any questions or anything that I can make more clarified?
I mean, how often, so we would just produce sort of like any length of meditation or some form of meditation as such.
Right.
I mean, sometimes, we like the short ones, 5-minute ones. Sometimes we need 10. Sometimes like this one I'm doing, is 47 minutes.
Sure thing. 24 hours. It's 24 hours we have to fill.
Right.
And,
right.
And so like it's noon here. It's probably what, evening where you are?
6 o'clock in the evening. Yeah.
So there's always going to be an eye available,
Right, yeah.
No matter what time of day or night it is, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be.
So how many would you think we would need? Maybe it's not to do every month or every week, or what do you see, or how do you see that sort of working?
Yeah, so I mean, it's the more variety there is, the better. Of course, when the project first starts off, there's going to be a lot of repeats.
Yes.
And even probably into the first couple months of it, even as people are coming up with new things, just to have variety on it, there's probably going to be like a lot of older stuff I'll keep on it as well. You know what I mean? And then hopefully be able to just kind of phase it out to where hopefully, hopefully every month, and then maybe bi-weekly it'll be all fresh content, you know what I mean, at some point. You know what I mean? I don't really have a set time of when this person will be on or when that person will be on. My idea is to make it kind of variety, where like it's, I mean, eventually it could be like, you know, this is somebody's hour and that's somebody's hour, but for right now, until it really builds up, it could be, you know, it'll be you and then this person, that person, however, and then, you know, we can, you know, let's kind of let this little monkey grow as it grows, kind of thing, you know.
So are you thinking just sort of meditations, talking meditations, or are you thinking maybe we could include things like, I mean, I do a lot of energy techniques with breathing, just things like that. That would be really useful.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be audio and visual at the same time. Now, if you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. I can add a visual.
Yeah, I'm quite happy.
Audio of whatever you'd want it to be.
Yeah.
But absolutely, even if there's silence during it, as long as it's a meditative silence, and if you felt like there should be some sound of some kind of pattern or beat or music or whatever behind that, just to kind of keep people involved and maybe even so that people don't think that they have dead airspace, you know, like, oh, I lost the channel, you know what I mean, whatever.
Okay. And the other question I would ask is, God, it's gone out of my head. Oh my God, what was I going to ask? Brain dead. Question has gone.
That's cool.
That's what I was going to say. I only do, not being Mrs. Techie here, as I'm sure a lot of people are not like me. So I just record mine on my phone. I mean, I've got a iPhone 7 Plus. And so if I recorded it on there and send it to you, then you could add, if anything needed. Then
the most important thing with any kind of media is sound. The second most important is the video. If people can hear you well, even if they can't see you well, they'll stay in.
Yes.
So like right now you sound well. You know what I mean? Sometimes people don't sound quite as well, and I can work a little bit on that. You know, there's
not hugely. Yeah.
Not hugely. I mean, if you listen to talk to any audio engineer, they'll tell you the secret to great sound is get it right at the beginning. You not to have to try to fix it, you know, because it's especially when you're trying to get it to sync with video. It's really interesting how computers actually record just like milliseconds off from each other, and it can be so hard, believe it or not, to get an audio and a visual to match up with each other, which once you split them, and you know, it's weird. You'd think they would just be automatically like right on sync. No, they're just like barely off, and if you have a 15-20 minute video, by the end you're way off, like a Chinese movie, you know what I mean? It's like, or I mean Chinese, you know what I mean? It sounds like a dubbed movie where your mouth is moving and there's no sound, or vice versa. So the best that you can, I mean, just do the best you can do. Yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? And if you feel like
mine come out very clearly anyway. Some, you know, I am careful about where I do them. So as long as you know,
and most microphones nowadays are built to pretty much just pick up what's right there with you.
I've got a good, I mean, I use this one. For me, that works well.
Yeah, and usually it's about getting everything else shut down on your computer, so your notifications are off and things like that. A lot of people get scared that, like, if somebody's drilling outside, and usually you can't hear it, you know, because microphones nowadays are built to where they're pretty much getting what's like within just like a foot or so of them. So they're really recording better now than you think they are.
Oh wow! Okay, perfect. Yep, well, it sounds good to me. It sounds good.
Okay. Alrighty, so Patty, did you have anything that you wanted to add or ask?
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, are we doing actually live streaming meditations, or am I sending you meditations like an MP4?
If I need to pull it off of a live stream, I can. I'd rather get the MP4. I mean, whatever format you want to get it to me in, and then I would probably create a live stream on Facebook from time to time from it. That's what I do with my show anyway. And we also are actually now doing it with This Is Not Legal Advice too. We're pre-recording it and then pushing it through live to where it looks live. So Yeah, so I probably will do that from time to time. You know what I mean? You're not really supposed to use pre-recorded stuff on Facebook. So I mean, I try to make it look as live as possible. But
Really?
I very much like polished things, as polished as possible. Like this is not my house. This is a green screen. You're not looking at where I really live. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's all
Yeah.
fake.
Green screens are great. I love them.
Yeah, so the more I can do to polish it, the better. I mean, I've bought a very expensive iMac that just does everything I ask it to do. It's amazing, and I've spent, and I got lots of fancy lights around me. So, and not telling anybody else they have to, but just for me, I like it polished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
So another thing I was wondering is, oh gosh, where did it go? I hate that when that happens. Oh well, it'll have to come back to me.
yeah, and for you, Patty, do you sell your gems, Patty?
I do. I have a little store.
Okay.
I do a lot more. This is what I want to ask you. I do a lot more different meditations with animals and people. I do like a lot of spiritual hygiene work. And here's a question: are you interested in like little like classes or little like this is little tool tips, things like that I also do, or is it purely meditation?
I wanted to keep it purely meditation, but if you
Okay,
wanted
that's
to,
fine.
if you wanted to have a link to something like that, because I really want this to be able to, I want this to have a dual purpose of, number one, being a safe place where people can just go when they just want, I got 10 minutes to meditate, I got 10 minutes. But also want to be able to promote, what you do as well, because, you're going to be putting something into it. You should definitely get something back out. So,
So I've been looking for a format just like this to be able to do my endangered species series.
oh,
Where
I just got
I
chills
work
on my shoulders, Patty.
Yeah, it'll be great. This is perfect. And also world events. Anything that happens traumatically, I will do a meditation so that everybody can add healing energy to it.
And I mean, I
Those
don't.
two places.
I don't want to say that we're going to capitalize on world problems, but whenever there is something like that, people are looking for exactly something like that to tag into.
No politics, no judgment, no anything. Just simply sending positive energy. You'll hear it, so you can decide, and you can guide me on that.
I just got super chills like all over.
Woo! Yay! Happiness!
That just happened. Wow. That was like super chills. That is amazing.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Patty, I would actually love to see if you do you do actually like any video work with an actual animal like there as you're doing a reading or something like that?
I do. I have one. I'm redoing my website. It's freaking awesome and I can't wait to get it out. And I have like 4 sliders. One of them is the pet communication healing and stuff that I do. And you get a freebie of watching me with my dog doing a gemstone healing. And I'd be happy to give that to you to, put up. I've got that, so I could send it over to you now.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. 'Cause I was actually playing with I was grabbing like some streams and some kittens playing with each other. And I kind of pushed that over. I pushed that over on the live stream Facebook, just playing with it, just to see what would that look like, but it was amazing how you can't really even, you think there's tons of it out there. There really isn't. Like I was having a hard time finding these things. And I thought, really? I can't find 2 kittens playing with a ball of yarn. I can't find just a beautiful little stream flowing along because, and one of my initial ideas for this was that, I was working with a group in California. We're not working together anymore, but we had talked about doing like a 360 camera, like putting it out in a forest setting and then leaving it and then just seeing what showed up. And so that may be kind of an idea that this could kind of go into. We also talked about doing like guided things where like you're going down this journey and maybe you get to choose which path you take. There's so many different ways you go.
I do those. That's what I do. I do those. Oh, they're so fun.
And I was actually on Facebook one time and I saw, I think it was an American Indian group had this thing. It was just a stream, they had it on for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours, and it had like 20 or 30,000 views, and it was just a stream out in the forest, and that's all it was. And I thought, oh my gosh, why doesn't somebody do this 24/7? Because there's sometimes you just want to just tune into a beautiful little babbling brook.
Yeah, yeah, I've done quite a few different meditations. In fact, when I was in Spain with my mom last time, I actually went and recorded the ocean. I sat on the beach and I recorded.
See, that would be amazing.
Yeah, and then I went up in the woods. There's a little stream, and I just recorded in different parts of it. You know, depending on where the water was flowing, it was different noise. It was just beautiful.
And since this is a business venture, keep in mind, since this is a business venture, if you had to go somewhere natural to do this, this would be a tax write-off.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Yes. All trips.
Yeah. Yeah, this sounds great. Sounds a really good idea, Pete.
Okay, so
it really does.
Awesome. So I'll post a PayPal link. I guess should I just do it in the Facebook or on the?
Yeah, why not?
I can do both in the Messenger and the Facebook. I mean, I'm just planning on being just $10 a month. I hope that's not too much for anybody.
That's great. That's
great. Pays for the,
and then obviously you'll have somewhere where people can contact us individually, obviously, if they want to find out more.
Yeah. So let's see. I can do that on the YouTube. Where else can we do that? Like I say, I want to have like little short, like 30, 45 seconds or even a minute, just like a little video that I'll insert. It can be like a little bumper in between each of the things, showing people how to contact you. And it can be just you, like maybe saying, hi, I'm Fiona Clark. You can contact me, kind of in a meditative voice, so we don't like throw people out of their rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And people know they're going to hear commercials. If they don't know they're going to hear commercials, then you know what I mean? It's like when people come into the dealership to get their car serviced and they get pissed off if I ask them about a new car. I'm like, if you don't expect me to come ask you about a new car, then I'm sorry. You're not living in the right world. I mean, this just happens, right? You know. So, I mean, as long as we kind of stay in that same vein, I absolutely want that. I absolutely want like a short little 1-minute thing of you talking about what you're doing and direct people where to go. So that would be them seeing it on the screen, and then we'll figure out a way to do clickable links. I don't know. Maybe I can talk to Lee. Maybe there can be a page on the Project Positive page to put this, or I don't know. I'm
wondering, and I don't know if this is possible, because again, technologically, but is there a possibility of putting like our website link at the bottom of, the page or bottom of our video or, live stream or I don't know. See, I have no clue.
Yeah, I mean, it could be on the video itself. Now, as far as a clickable link, that could be in the YouTube, it could be here, or it could be, on the Facebook Live. So, I mean, absolutely, yeah. I mean, that
might be the thing,
I love doing audio video editing. I don't know what it is. I love it.
Then we're going to talk privately because I can use some help with that.
Yeah, I just love it. You know what I mean? That's why I bought this new iMac, because my old iMac just couldn't keep up with it, and this new one, it just sits there like, okay, give me something to do. I'm bored. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So exciting.
That's great. Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Okay. Well, I will post that up there, and I will, if it's okay with y'all, I'll post this recording also on the Facebook page so people can, on the Project Positive Change Visionaries Facebook page, so anybody else can see it. And then we'll just kind of go from there. Is that cool? I mean, I'll
start sending some stuff over to you.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as you send it, I'll go ahead and just start it.
Great.
And then, and so what you'll have to share is you'll have a podcast link to share, and you'll have a link to. Now you can get a link to the actual video stream where you can pretty much watch what you want, but I'll also send you the one where you embed it into your site, and then it's just like live streaming whatever's there.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
That's
so now I guess I need to tell y'all where to send it, don't I?
Yeah.
So.
And how? Because they're big files, right?
So does everybody have Dropbox?
No, I have Vimeo.
I've got Vimeo.
Vimeo is kind of. I like YouTube better for that kind of thing. Dropbox.
This is where I'm going to need help, is figuring this out, having to get it out, to get it over to you.
Yeah, Dropbox is probably going to be the
I
easiest.
could download to YouTube.
Okay.
That works.
If you want, you're going to have to teach me that as well. I'm not sure, but if you want to use Dropbox, I'll just need some education on it.
Sure. Okay.
And that'd be fine.
Maybe I'll just start a new Dropbox, and I can probably leave it open to people, and then I'll just have to clear it because I don't want to necessarily have to pay for Dropbox too. So you can only keep so much on there, and I can just we can use it as a way to load things up and then empty them out. So let me do that. Create a Dropbox. Create docs. Create podcast. Podcast, and I'm not sure if I want to create a different YouTube channel or not. Just keep the same YouTube channel. I have kind of like a hodgepodge YouTube channel that I just use for pretty much the storage, kind of, to pull links off of. So I'll figure that out. Okay. Well, awesome stuff. Are there any other questions or comments or anything? Or
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Do you want me to connect you with other people that are not particularly part of Project Positive Change that do meditation?
Absolutely. And so, that's another key point, is that this could be used. What was my idea on that? I mean, this could be something sort of like affiliate, or that wasn't really my idea. What was I thinking? I mean, this is something, I was having this discussion with somebody else last week, and now my brain's
the brain game.
But I know what because I was talking to some people about them creating their own channels, and I told them, I said, now you could create ads for other people, then those you could get paid for those ads. So that's kind of
there's requirements, though, aren't there? Like 4,000 hours viewing a year, and then 1,000.
No, I'm talking about for other people to have the right. I'm not talking about letting YouTube control. I'm talking about us controlling it. Like fantastic! I like that idea. Yeah. So maybe we would need to figure out if, as a consensus, whether we would rather this be all Project Positive Change, or if we'd want to include others. For right now, as far as I'm concerned, we include others because it's our fun thing to do, right? I mean, I think Lee would probably be open to it, because as long as they're in the same vein, they're in the same idea, maybe they would want to join Project Positive Change along the way. I mean,
see, that's what I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking, exactly. It could bring more people into Project Positive Change.
So I would say absolutely go ahead and ask your friends and things like that, because it seems to be just like maybe 15 or 20 people in Project Positive Change that really stay active. I mean, we have a bunch of members, but it seems to take a lot for me to get people really involved. I don't know what they're doing their own thing, and I get that. That's cool. But, so if we have to find others to make this channel dynamic and moving, and because I think it's going to be the variety of faces.
Yeah, I think that is key, isn't it?
And types of meditation. I mean, just the three of us right here, we all three do completely different things.
Yeah,
great.
We're all trying to achieve the same thing, but we're all doing it completely different ways, and that's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we want to heal the planet. So, right. That's what it's about. I look at this as the benevolent abundance part of the benevolent abundance fund.
Right. Right.
Way to get back to the world, a way to put that energy into the world and help people to become more enlightened, to help raise the vibration, I think that, we remind people of that this is an opportunity to give back, that I think it'll just click. And because I think some people aren't even realizing it, because they get so, oh my God, I've got to get this done for me. And it's, well, you know what? Think about it in terms of, yes, you get it done for you, but can that go, can it be twofold? Go in both places.
That's exactly right. Right.
With the intention of sending healing to the earth.
And since I started doing teachings and things on stuff that I'm interested in, that I want to know about, that's when I think my best teachings and whatever have come about, when I'm doing it for me. You know what I mean?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, awesome stuff, y'all. Well, I'll start getting this together. I'll put the links up in there, and absolutely. Let's go ahead and just say for right now, let's go ahead and open up to whoever we think might be interested, whether or not they're in PPC, and we'll just kind of go from there. And heck, if it becomes so huge we have to split it off, then that's not a bad thing.
right? Yes, not a bad thing. One thing, if you could do me a favor and just outline it so that when I talk to people, I can like maybe just send them, this is what it is, this is the commitment, this is the financial, this is what you are offering, you know, just kind of a little outline.
Right.
I know I'm not going to do a great job giving everybody the information so that they are clear on it.
And if it really does take off, it's going to have to be more than $10 a month. So this is
yes.
It's like a promo offer, really. So you can put it off like this, like, you know, this is
beta. We're your beta group.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome stuff. Okay, guys. Well, any other questions or anything? Or
No, that's fine for me.
I'm good.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna start getting stuff together then. Okay.
Awesome. All right. I'll start getting stuff together for you. All right. And is your name Clark?
Mine is, yeah, without an E.
Clark. Okay. All right. Because I couldn't figure that out. So hi, Clark. It's nice to meet you.
Fiona. Yes, Fiona. Hi,
Patty Anastasia.
Yeah. Fiona Clark.
She's Fiona Clark.
Fiona.
Yeah.
I thought there was a name because it said F.I.
Yeah, Fee Clark.
B. Clark. B. Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. It's very nice to meet you.
You too,
Keith, thank you for doing this. It's wonderful. I'm really excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all are excited. That means a lot to me. That when spirit comes through, it means something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Confirmation.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye. Talk to y'all soon.
Thanks, Pete. Bye.